All right, in this video, we're going to be talking about when to form your LLC so that you can eventually have it taxed as an S corporation. And if you're watching this video and you're already kind of confused with some of the language, don't worry, I'll explain it here in just a moment. But before we talk about when to form your LLC, we need to talk about why people even form them to begin with. And so there are a multitude of reasons. They can largely be put into two sort of categories. One is for legal stuff and one is really tax related. Okay, so let's talk about the tax stuff because I'm not a business attorney. You should consult with one if you're looking to get legal advice. So why do people even form S corporations? They form them to save money in self-employment taxes. Self-employment taxes is Social Security and Medicare. So let's kind of transition to my computer here and I'll explain this for you real quick. And then I'll talk to you about, the when behind this sort of story of creating your LLC. All right. So in this example here, this is a real live example, meaning I had a client call, or actually a prospect call just yesterday. She earned $240,000 this year, and she's projecting to make a little bit more through the end of the year. If you're watching this at a later time, it's about October Q4 of 2021. All right. So, and money can be made here. Okay. This person is a fairly new real estate agent. Okay. I had a call prior to this one. Someone's creating YouTube videos, making ad revenue, and also is doing video editing. They are collectively making over $200,000. So you might think this is far-fetched, but this is a real scenario, and the math works for you too, even if you're only making, let's say, $50,000 or so in profit in your business. All right. So in this scenario, this person, kind of right now called John, if they don't do anything, if they don't create an LLC, they don't be taxed as an S corporation, these are the taxes that they're going to pay. They had $240,000 in profit, right? I'm going to say the whole year's over, they made $240,000 in profit. What taxes do they pay? They have to pay Social Security and Medicare taxes. These are called self-employment taxes when you're a sole proprietor. So the math works like this: 240,000 times the 12.4 and 240 times the 2.9 equals these amounts, 17.7 and almost another $7,000. All right, you can add these two together. You see that's 15.3%. When you make over, as it says down here, $200,000, you have to pay additional Medicare tax. So in this scenario, about $40,000 is being subject to the additional Medicare tax. So there's another $360 in taxes here. Okay. People don't form S corporations necessarily to save money in income taxes. So you might have income taxes at the federal and state level. And if you're making this much money, your income taxes are going to be much higher than this. But the point I want to make here is, you got your regular federal and state income tax to worry about as well. But S corporations are mainly really utilized to save money in the self-employment taxes, which again is the Social Security and Medicare taxes. All right. Now, when would you want to maybe elect to be taxed as an S corporation? Well, typically that's when your profitability of your business is greater than 40,000, approaching 50,000. That's about when you want to make that move. So in this scenario, how does that S Corp kind of save money? Well, in this scenario, we take her $240,000. In this case, the person that called me was female, so I'm going to say her. $240,000, and we can split that profit into two buckets. There is a salary bucket that, this person's going to pay herself, and then there's a distribution bucket. So we're splitting the 240 into two separate buckets. The bucket that is her salary, the $80,000, that is the bucket that's subject to Social Security and Medicare taxes. And you can see the breakdown there. I don't want to go through all the detail, but the employee, which is the owner of the S corporation, pays this, and the S corporation itself pays half. So the total amount of self-employment taxes, in this case, it actually turns into, they call it FICA taxes when you're an S corporation, is what's the sum here? $12,240 paid in Social Security and Medicare taxes. All right. Compare that to what it was like as a sole proprietor. So you can see it here, $25,000 over here as a sole proprietor. But if you elect the S Corp strategy, you would pay $12,240. Okay. So the difference is down here, $12,787 in approximate S Corp tax savings. So, that's kind of why people end up being an S corporation. So why am I creating this video and why did I entitle it When to Form Your LLC and then give yourself the ability to be taxed as an S corporation? The reason for that is because exactly what I stated before. Yesterday I had a call with a new entrepreneur. In this case, it's a real estate agent, and they in October are now forming their LLC and filling out the S corporation paperwork. And it didn't sit right with her. She contacted me. I think she got some bad advice. She contacted me, and I explained to her that it's kind of too late. You did this way too late. You should have. In this situation here, let me paint the picture here. What am I trying to show here? I know this is not going to be the case for everybody, and this is not realistic, right? I'm just saying that someone happened to make $20,000 of profit every single month, all right? This is about her numbers, okay? She didn't make it all evenly like this, but she made it throughout the year. If she was smart, all right, we're going to call this person Jan smart, she would have formed her LLC at the beginning of the year when she started this business. And that way, all of her profits, the full $240,000, could have had the option to elect S Corp treatment. So you file a form with the IRS and you can have your LLC taxed as an S Corp. But you can only go back in time to the date that your LLC existed, okay? What she's doing, so we'll call this person Jan not so smart. She was a sole proprietor. She did not have an LLC for this whole period of time. And now, in October, she's forming the LLC and trying to be an S Corp. Well, this is not going to make any sense, right? She's going to have, let's say, $60,000 of profit treated as an S corporation. The point that I want to make for her in particular, and this could be for you too, is that you see this here, this wage base. What did I write here? I said the first $142,800 you earn is subject to Social Security taxes. After that, you don't pay any more Social Security tax. So over here, going back to this slide, sorry to jump around so much. Once she hit July, basically, this is $140,000, she no longer has to pay Social Security taxes. She's no longer subject to Social Security taxes because there is a cap. All right. So the point I'm trying to make is if she might as well just finish the year as a sole proprietorship because she's not going to pay a lot of Social Security tax to begin with. However, had she formed the LLC at the beginning of the year, she could have had all this money subject to the S Corp treatment. And like I said on this slide, only about $80,000 would be subject to these taxes. Any amount beyond that, she would just take as a distribution and not subjecting all that additional money to Social Security taxes and additional Medicare taxes. All right, you can see again the math here. She's now going to pay, unfortunately, almost $13,000 extra in taxes when she didn't need to. All right, what's the moral of the story here? The moral of the story is don't wait. If you're a new business owner, go ahead and get set up properly. Consult with a professional. Get a team, maybe an attorney and CPA that work together, or someone like myself. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but someone who's familiar with some of these concepts and how it works. All right. You think in the beginning, oh, I can't afford to pay an accountant or a CPA or an attorney. But in the case of, Jan, she really couldn't afford not to consult with someone because now she's costing her 13 grand. I wouldn't charge her 13 grand to get her all set up. I would charge her much less than that. So let me, maybe if you're watching this and you're having this, revelation, you need to form your LLC right away. Let me transition to my website. I want to show where you can do this for free. All right. And some other resources that are here. So here's my website. It's navimirajcpa.com. I'll put a link in the description. Depending on the platform that you're watching on, you might see that link and you can click on it, okay? On my website, you can go and see this course that I've created. There's over 11 hours of content there. I just taught you one strategy on this video. There are many strategies. I don't hold anything back. Every strategy that I use with my own clients in my own firm, I teach in this course. Go check it out if you're interested. There's also an expense tracker here that you can get for free if you're a new business owner. You want to kind of keep track of something. You're not ready for QuickBooks yet. You can use that. But here you can form your LLC for completely free. So with these companies, specifically Inc Authority right now, you click this button or here and you can go to the website. You can form your LLC. apply for your EIN number, all that stuff for completely free. There's a caveat. The EIN number, if you use their service, they will charge you for it, but you can do that for free if you go to the IRS website, okay? So you will still pay your state fees there. So if you're forming an entity in, let's say, Florida, that might cost you about $125 to $150, but you would pay that anyway. Why not use Inc. Authority's simple, sort of easy platform and do the paperwork and, you know, opt out of the services that you don't need that they might try to sell you. If you do that and you navigate that successfully, it'll be for free. This is what that person did. The person I'm talking about who wanted to reach out to me, you can schedule a 30 or 60-minute Q&A session. You can email me if you wish, or you can come here and see your video library. If you're watching on YouTube, you already know how to access all my videos. But if you're watching on another platform, here you can see all my videos and watch them for completely free. All right? So with that said, if you got value out of this video, then you're going to get value out of these next two videos that I'm going to link. Again, if you're watching on YouTube. Also, if you're watching on YouTube or whatever channel, please consider subscribing to the channel or liking this or sharing this video with a friend or a fellow business owner who's going to need this information before starting their business. All right? With that said, I'll see you in the next video.